What if I told you that the key to unlocking your dreams is already within you, and the only thing standing between you and your desires is your belief? Sounds unbelievable, right? Well, that's exactly what Neville Goddard, a powerful teacher and mystic, believed. For years, Neville has been showing us how to tap into the immense power of our own imagination, and today we're diving into one of his most profound teachings: acting as if it's already yours. Neville Goddard was far ahead of his time. He wasn't just another motivational speaker. He understood the deep connection between the mind and reality. His philosophy revolves around the idea that everything we desire already exists. It's just a matter of aligning ourselves with it. He argued that by assuming our desires are already a part of our lives, we can literally reshape our reality. This is the power of acting as if what you want is already true. It may sound simple, but there's a hidden magic in the way you think, feel, and act. In today's video, we're going to reveal how this simple practice of assumption can completely change your life. You'll discover the secret that many successful people have used to manifest their desires, and how to apply it to your own journey. But here's the thing: it's not just about wishful thinking. It's about mastering your mind and believing in the unseen. We'll explore how your imagination is the gateway to your dreams, how to overcome doubts that may hold you back, and how to stay aligned with your vision no matter the circumstances. Stay tuned, because by the end of this video, you'll understand why acting as if it's already yours is more than just a philosophy. It's a proven method for transformation. So make sure you watch until the end, because what you're about to learn could be the key to unlocking a life you never thought possible. Welcome. If you're ready to start thinking differently and transforming your reality, hit that subscribe button and join our community. Before we talk about how to act as if it's already yours, it's important to first understand the concept behind Neville Goddard's teachings. At the core of his philosophy is the belief that creation is already finished. Everything you desire, every goal you wish to achieve, and everything you hope to have in your life already exists in some form. What Neville teaches is that we don't need to create our desires from scratch. They are already present in the world of imagination, waiting for us to step into them. When we talk about creation being finished, we mean that the universe has already made everything available to us. It's not a matter of waiting for things to be created. It's about recognizing that what you want already exists, and you are simply aligning yourself with it. Think of the universe as a vast, infinite library, where every book, every story, and every possible outcome is already written. Your job is to choose the story you want to live and claim it as your own. Your imagination plays a huge role in this process. In Neville's world, imagination is not just a tool for daydreaming or escaping reality. It is the very force that shapes the world around you. Everything you see in the physical world was first imagined by someone, whether consciously or unconsciously. Before a building is constructed, it exists as a vision in someone's mind. Before any invention comes to life, it begins as a thought, an image in the imagination. The key idea here is that your imagination is just as powerful. What you choose to imagine is what you will eventually manifest. If you can see it in your mind's eye, if you can feel it as real, you are creating it in your reality. The process starts with the thought, then it moves to belief, and finally, it becomes part of your life. Your imagination doesn't just visualize, it feels. And that feeling, combined with belief, is the spark that brings your desires to life. It's important to realize that the world around us responds to the signals we send out. These signals aren't just thoughts, but feelings, vibrations that are created by our imagination and beliefs. When you imagine something and feel as if it's already true, you send out a message to the universe. This message is one of certainty, and the universe, in turn, responds by bringing the conditions that align with that certainty into your life. Now, let's talk about how feelings influence this process. You see, imagination alone is not enough. It's the emotional charge behind your imagination that gives it its power. When you visualize something you want but you do not emotionally connect with it, it remains a mere fantasy. But when you truly believe in the reality of what you're imagining, When you can feel the joy, the gratitude, or the excitement as though it's happening right now, that's when things begin to shift. Feelings are the driving force behind manifestation. Think of your feelings as a magnet. What you feel is what you attract. If you feel that you are already living your dream life, that life will find its way to you. It's this emotional engagement with your desires that creates the reality you experience. It's the difference between imagining a new car and actually feeling the joy of driving it, feeling the sound of the engine. It's the emotion behind the thought that draws it into your life. Imagination and feelings work together to create your reality. It's not enough to just picture something in your mind, you must also embody it emotionally. If you can live in the feeling of your desires being fulfilled, you align your entire being with the vibration of that reality. This alignment then draws those desires to you. However, there's a crucial point to remember. You cannot let external circumstances shake your belief in the reality of your desires. The physical world will try to convince you that your desires aren't possible, that what you want isn't real or achievable. But according to Neville Goddard, the physical world is not the final authority on what is possible. It's merely a reflection of your internal world. When you hold firm to the belief that your desires are already fulfilled, the external world has no choice but to conform to your internal state. This is why the practice of assumption is so powerful. When you act as if it's already yours, you're not just pretending. You're stepping into the reality that already exists for you. You're aligning your thoughts, feelings, and actions with that reality. And in doing so, you're drawing it closer with each passing moment. What this means is that the creation of your desires isn't something you need to wait for or struggle to achieve. It's something you can step into right now. By imagining and feeling your desires as if they're already true, you unlock the door to a reality that has always been waiting for you. All you need to do is walk through it. In the next part of the video, we'll explore how to use this powerful understanding to manifest what you want in a way that feels effortless and natural. But first, remember, creation is finished. Your desires are already here. Now it's time to align with them. Before we dive into how to apply the power of assumption, let's first define exactly what it means. The law of assumption is a simple but profound idea. It states that whatever you assume to be true in your life will become true. This law, according to Neville Goddard, suggests that your assumptions about yourself, your circumstances, and the world around you directly shape your reality. The key to using the law of assumption effectively is to believe that your desires are already fulfilled, that what you want has already come to pass in the present moment. When you assume something to be true, your mind and actions begin to align with that assumption, and the universe responds by making it a reality. In the simplest terms, assuming your desires are already yours means living as if the outcome you want has already happened. Instead of waiting for external events or circumstances to change before you believe your dream is possible, you act, think, and feel as though your dream is already part of your current life. This might sound like wishful thinking to some, but Neville Goddard taught that this assumption is the most powerful tool you have to bring your desires into reality. The key is not in trying to force things to happen, but in aligning your internal world with the belief that your desire is already a fact. When you begin to assume that your desires are already real, your entire mindset shifts. You stop focusing on lack, delay, or doubt, and instead you focus on the reality of your desires. This belief activates a new way of thinking, one where the obstacles and doubts no longer have power over you. Instead of asking, "What if it doesn't happen?" you start thinking, "I know it's already done." This shift in mindset creates a shift in energy and vibration. When you feel that what you desire is already true, your energy aligns with the frequency of that reality. The world, as Neville said, will begin to reflect this shift. This alignment is crucial. Assumption isn't about pretending something is true. It's about believing it is true. When you assume your desire is already fulfilled, your thoughts and actions begin to reflect that belief. For example, if you want to manifest a new job, the law of assumption suggests that you begin to think and act as though you already have that job. You walk into each day with confidence, knowing that the job is yours. You feel the joy of being employed in the position you desire. You stop questioning the possibility of getting that job and start living as if it's a done deal. This belief doesn't just stay in your mind, it influences your behavior, your conversations, and your daily actions. Your thoughts become aligned with your desires, and your actions reflect that certainty. When you consistently assume that your desires are already yours, you also begin to take actions that align with that assumption. If you assume success, you start making decisions and taking steps that are in line with a successful outcome. If you assume love, you carry yourself with confidence and openness that draws love into your life. Your assumptions guide your decisions and behavior, and when you act in line with the belief that your desires are already true, you start to see the world change around you. People, circumstances, and opportunities begin to align with your new way of thinking. The beauty of the law of assumption is that it's not about controlling external forces. It's about controlling your internal state. When you assume your desires are already yours, you shift your inner world, and the outer world follows suit. This means you don't need to wait for the physical evidence of your desires to show up. You can experience the emotional fulfillment and satisfaction of having your desires now, and that emotional energy attracts the reality that mirrors it. Neville Goddard often spoke about how the external world is simply a reflection of the assumptions we hold inside. If we assume that things won't work out, that we'll never have what we want, we create an experience that matches that belief. On the other hand, when we assume that our desires are already fulfilled, we open ourselves up to the possibilities that align with those assumptions. It's not about waiting for something outside of you to change. It's about changing how you feel and what you believe, and allowing the external world to reflect that change. Your assumptions have the power to shape your reality because they dictate the way you interact with the world. When you assume that your desires are already part of your life, your thoughts and actions automatically follow suit. This alignment is the key to making the law of assumption work for you. The more consistently you assume your desires are already true, the more you'll see them manifest in your life. Before we talk about how to live in the end, it's important to understand what this practice really means. Living in the end is a concept that Neville Goddard often spoke about. It's the idea of imagining and feeling your desires as if they are already a part of your present reality. Instead of focusing on the journey or the process of getting what you want, you focus on the end result, the feeling of already having it. This mindset shifts your focus away from lack or future uncertainty and grounds you in the present moment, where your desires are already fulfilled. When you live in the end, you're not waiting for something to happen in the future. You're fully immersing yourself in the emotions and experiences of having your desire now. This practice encourages you to visualize and feel the fulfillment of your goals as though they are already happening. For example, if you're seeking a new job, rather than imagining the steps you'll need to take to get the job, you focus on imagining yourself already working in that position. You feel the satisfaction of a job well done, the excitement of your achievements, and the joy of being in that role right now. Living in the end means experiencing the emotions of success, fulfillment, or love today, as though the external world has already caught up with your inner reality. The power behind living in the end comes from the way it aligns your thoughts, feelings, and actions with the outcome you desire. When you focus on the end result, you are no longer stuck in the how or when of your manifestation. This shifts your energy from a place of lack to a place of abundance. You begin to live as if your desires are already in your life, and this feeling of completeness changes how you experience the world. Instead of being in a state of longing or need, you exist in a state of knowing that your desires are already fulfilled. This practice directly influences your actions and experiences. When you live in the end, your mindset becomes one of confidence and certainty. You stop questioning whether your dreams are possible because, in your mind, they already are. This confidence naturally influences your actions. You begin to take steps that are aligned with the person who has already achieved their desires. For example, if you imagine yourself as a successful entrepreneur, you may start making decisions and taking actions that align with that identity. You might begin networking, developing new skills, or even making investments in your future business. Your actions reflect the belief that you are already living the life you want, And as a result, you create opportunities that reflect that belief. Living in the end also influences the way you interact with others. When you feel that your desires are already fulfilled, you begin to carry yourself differently. You radiate confidence, satisfaction, and a sense of peace. People can sense this energy and they are more likely to respond positively to it. Your interactions become more aligned with the life you are imagining for yourself. For instance, if you believe you are already in a loving, supportive relationship, you may act with more openness and warmth toward others. This can attract the kind of energy that matches your vision, drawing more positivity into your life. The more consistently you live in the end, the more it becomes a natural part of your reality. The practice of feeling as though your desires are already fulfilled doesn't just change your emotional state, it begins to transform your external circumstances. It's a process of becoming a vibrational match to the reality you want to experience. The more you live as though your desires are already true, the more they will show up in your life. The external world has no choice but to reflect your internal state. It's essential to realize that living in the end is not about denying your current circumstances or pretending that things are perfect. It's about choosing to focus on the end result, the fulfilled version of yourself, and making that your dominant state of being. When you make the end result the focal point of your thoughts, feelings, and actions, you are effectively telling the universe that this is your truth. The world then begins to rearrange itself to match that truth. Living in the end allows you to act with intention and clarity, knowing that the outcome you desire is already yours. It's not about forcing things to happen. It's about embodying the feeling of having already achieved what you want. This mindset creates a sense of alignment between your inner world and your external reality. The more you practice living in the end, the more you'll notice how the world shifts to bring your desires into your life. It's a powerful tool that helps you manifest your goals by simply embodying the end result. Before we talk about the practical steps to implement the power of assumption and living in the end, it's important to understand that these practices require consistency and emotional engagement. The more you can embody the feeling of already having your desires, the more easily they will come into your life. So let's explore some powerful daily practices that can help you align your thoughts, feelings, and actions with the reality you want to create. One of the most effective ways to begin embodying your desires is through visualization. Visualization is a practice where you mentally see and feel your desires as though they are already happening. To do this, find a quiet space and close your eyes. Start by imagining the specific details of your desire. If you want to manifest a new home, picture every detail: the layout, the colors, the furniture. Feel the emotions you would experience if you were living in that home right now. How does it feel to walk through the front door? What emotions arise as you sit in your favorite room? By immersing yourself in the vivid experience of your desire, you begin to make it feel real in your mind and body. Visualization works because it tricks the subconscious into thinking the experience is already happening. The more you engage with this mental imagery, the more your subconscious begins to act on it. It's not enough to just see the images, you need to feel the emotions tied to them. When you feel the joy, peace, or excitement associated with your desire, you activate the energy needed to manifest it into your physical reality. Practicing visualization daily, even for just 5 to 10 minutes, can begin to shift your vibration and align you with your desires. Alongside visualization, affirmations are another powerful tool to reinforce the feeling of having your desires. Affirmations are positive statements that you repeat to yourself, and they can help reprogram your subconscious mind to align with the reality you want to create. For instance, if you are seeking financial abundance, you could affirm, "I am wealthy and abundant. Money flows to me effortlessly." Repeat these affirmations with conviction and feeling. As you say them, imagine what it would feel like to already be living in that abundance. The key to effective affirmations is emotional engagement. Don't just say the words mechanically. Feel them as though they are true right now. The more belief you put into your affirmations, the more they will shape your reality. You can also repeat them at key points during your day, such as when you wake up, before bed, or when you're feeling uncertain or doubtful. This consistency helps to rewire your subconscious to accept the idea that your desires are already part of your life. Another powerful technique is living as if. This means going about your day as though your desires have already come true. For example, if you're manifesting a new job, you might start dressing in a way that reflects the role you desire, or begin talking and acting as if you're already working in that position. This practice allows you to fully embody the feelings of having your desires and takes you out of the realm of waiting. When you live as if, you begin to align your actions with your assumptions, creating a powerful shift in your energy. Gratitude is also a daily practice that can help you embody the feeling of already having your desires. When you are grateful for what you already have, it creates a sense of abundance and fulfillment, which in turn attracts more of the same. Start a gratitude practice where you write down or think about things you are grateful for each day. Even if you're manifesting something new, express gratitude as though it has already arrived. For instance, if you're manifesting a new car, express gratitude for it by saying, "I am so thankful for my beautiful new car that brings me freedom and joy." Gratitude helps to reinforce the assumption that your desires are already part of your life, and it strengthens your connection to your desired reality. Living in the feeling of the wish fulfilled is another critical part of the process. Throughout your day, whenever you find yourself thinking about your desire, take a moment to feel as if it's already true. Let the emotions of having what you want fill you up. If it's love you're after, feel the warmth and joy of being in a loving relationship. If it's success, feel the pride and satisfaction of achieving your goals. The more you can stay emotionally connected to the feeling of having your desires now, the more you align yourself with the vibration needed to attract them. Finally, meditation can be a powerful tool for deepening your connection to your desires. In meditation, you can quiet your mind, relax your body, and focus your energy on your desired outcome. As you meditate, you can visualize your desire, affirm your belief in it, and allow yourself to fully experience the emotions of having it. This quiet, centered space helps to remove any doubts or distractions, allowing you to stay focused on the assumption that your desires are already yours. By consistently practicing these techniques, you begin to reprogram your mind and align your feelings with the reality you wish to create. The more you embody the feeling of already having your desires, the more natural it will feel, and the more quickly you will see them manifest in your life. Keep these practices consistent, and over time, you'll find that your desires no longer feel like distant dreams, but like inevitable, present realities. Before we talk about how to overcome doubts and challenges, it's important to recognize that doubts and skepticism are natural parts of the manifestation process. While the law of assumption is incredibly powerful, it's not uncommon to face internal resistance, especially when you're just starting out or when your desires don't seem to be showing up as quickly as you hoped. These doubts can take many forms: skepticism about whether this really works, impatience with the time it takes, or the temptation to give up when you don't see immediate results. But the key to mastering the law of assumption is learning how to face these challenges head-on and continue to persist with unwavering faith. One of the most common obstacles people encounter is skepticism. It's easy to feel doubtful, especially if you're not yet seeing the evidence of your desires in the physical world. You might question whether this whole process really works, or wonder if you're just wasting time with positive thinking. Skepticism can arise when the logical mind tries to dismiss what feels like an abstract or too good to be true concept. But it's crucial to remember that your mind is often the greatest barrier to your success. The logical, rational mind loves to question and analyze, but the heart and imagination operate on a different level. To break through skepticism, remind yourself that imagination and belief have always shaped reality. All of the great innovations, discoveries, and creations in the world began as thoughts and ideas in someone's mind. To counter skepticism, you can use affirmations to reinforce your belief in the process. When doubt arises, replace it with a firm affirmation such as, "I trust the process, and I know my desires are already mine." Each time skepticism arises, use that as an opportunity to strengthen your belief. Another useful practice is to remind yourself of past experiences where you've manifested something, even if it was a small goal. Reflect on times when you thought something wasn't possible, but through belief and focus you eventually achieved it. These reminders can serve as proof that the law of assumption works. Another challenge people face is impatience. You may begin the practice of assumption and visualization with excitement, but after a few days or weeks without visible results, frustration can set in. You might start doubting whether you're doing it right or whether it's really working. Patience is key when applying the law of assumption because the universe responds to the energy you send out, and sometimes that response takes time. It's important to remember that manifestation isn't always instant. The time it takes depends on various factors, including how strongly you believe in the end result and how aligned your actions are with your desires. To combat impatience, try to shift your focus from the need for immediate results to the enjoyment of the process. Trust that everything is unfolding at the right time, even if you can't see it yet. Practice living in the end and feeling the emotions of already having your desires. By doing this, you will gradually detach from the idea that you need to wait for something to happen. Instead of focusing on when your desires will show up, focus on the joy and fulfillment of having them now. The more you immerse yourself in that feeling, the less impatient you will feel. Another strategy for overcoming impatience is to break down your desires into smaller, manageable steps. Rather than expecting everything to happen all at once, focus on the small, incremental changes that are happening in your life. These could be changes in your mindset, opportunities that seem to come out of nowhere, or even shifts in how you feel about your goal. By celebrating these small victories, you'll reinforce the belief that your desires are indeed on their way. A common internal challenge that often arises is fear of failure. This fear can cause you to second-guess your desires or wonder if you're really worthy of them. You may have moments where you feel unworthy or question whether you have what it takes to achieve your goals. To overcome fear of failure, it's important to remember that the law of assumption works regardless of your current self-doubt. The power lies in your belief. Every time you feel fear or doubt creeping in, counter it with a statement like, "I am worthy of my desires, and they are already mine." The more you affirm your worthiness, the easier it will be to move past these fears. Lastly, staying consistent is one of the most important factors in overcoming doubts and challenges. The law of assumption requires persistence, especially when the results are not immediately visible. Many people give up just before they see the breakthrough they've been waiting for. If you stop believing or practicing too soon, you cut off the flow of manifestation. To stay consistent, set a daily routine that incorporates practices like visualization, affirmations, and gratitude. Even if you don't feel like it, make the effort to continue. Remember that consistency is key, and every time you persist, you reinforce your belief in your ability to manifest your desires. In the end, overcoming doubts and challenges is about staying aligned with your desires, maintaining your belief, and being patient with the process. When you stay consistent and practice with faith, the universe will begin to respond, and your desires will start to materialize in ways you may not have expected. Before we talk about how acting as if your desires are already yours has worked for others, let's consider a few real-life examples that illustrate the transformative power of this principle. These individuals from different walks of life have applied the law of assumption to manifest their desires and dreams, showing just how powerful this mindset can be in creating lasting change. One of the most well-known examples is that of Jim Carrey. In the early 1990s, Carrey was struggling in his career, barely making ends meet. At the time, he was an aspiring actor, but he wasn't yet a household name. However, Carrey had a powerful belief in the law of assumption. He used to drive up to the Hollywood Hills, look at the vast city below, and visualize himself being a successful actor. He would also write himself a check for $10 million for acting services rendered, dating it for Thanksgiving 1995. This was not just a hopeful wish. It was a firm belief that he was already on the path to success. Carrey's assumption was so strong that it shaped his actions and decisions. Just a few years later, he landed his breakthrough role in Dumb and Dumber, earning a $10 million paycheck for the film. exactly as he had visualized. Carrie's story is a testament to the power of assuming your desires are already yours and acting as if they are. Another powerful example is Oprah Winfrey, who has spoken about using the law of assumption to create her success. In her early career, Winfrey faced many challenges, including being fired from her first job as a TV news anchor. But she didn't let these setbacks define her future. She understood the power of visualization and affirmation, and she constantly visualized herself as a successful television host. Winfrey has mentioned how she would imagine herself sitting in front of a large audience, feeling the energy and connection of being a beloved figure. This mindset influenced her every action. She took on opportunities that aligned with her vision, and over time she manifested the success and influence she holds today. Oprah didn't wait for the external world to confirm her greatness. She lived as though she were already a powerful media mogul, which led her to manifest that reality. Sarah Blakely, the founder of Spanx, also applied the principle of acting as if her desires were already hers. Blakely, who started with just $5,000 in savings, had a dream of revolutionizing the hosiery industry. She didn't have any experience in business, but she had a clear vision. She would often visualize herself as the head of a billion-dollar company long before her brand achieved that status. Blakely took steps to align her actions with her belief. She made sure her pitch to retailers was confident, even though she was initially met with rejection. She continued to push forward, living as if her company were already successful. Eventually, Spanx became one of the most successful brands in the world, with Blakely being named one of the youngest female billionaires. Her story is a prime example of how embodying the end result, even when things look uncertain, can lead to extraordinary success. One more example comes from the world of sports. Michael Jordan, widely regarded as one of the greatest basketball players of all time, applied a similar mindset. Early in his career, Jordan was famously cut from his high school basketball team, an experience that could have discouraged him. But instead of accepting failure, he acted as though he were already the player he aspired to be. He visualized himself as a champion, as someone who would lead his team to victory. This belief fueled his relentless drive and work ethic, and over time, he turned that assumption into a reality. Jordan's commitment to believing in himself and living in the end result of his success helped him win 6 NBA championships and become a global icon. His story shows that acting as if you've already achieved your goals helps create the mental and emotional environment needed for success. These examples share one common thread. Each person embodied the feeling of having already achieved their desires. They didn't wait for external validation or signs that their dreams were possible. Instead, they acted as if their goals were already part of their reality. Whether it was Carrie's check, Oprah's visualization of her show, Blakely's belief in her brand, or Jordan's mental preparation for victory, all of these individuals took the first step by assuming their desires were already true. They lived in the feeling of the wish fulfilled, which not only influenced their mindset, but also the actions they took to bring their desires to life. The impact of acting as if your desires are already yours is transformative, because it aligns your inner world with your outer reality. These individuals didn't just visualize or affirm their goals in passing. They fully immersed themselves in the assumption that their success was inevitable. This mindset shift changed their actions, their decisions, and even the way they interacted with others. They began to attract opportunities, people, and situations that matched their internal belief system. This is the power of the law of assumption. It allows you to align your thoughts and feelings with the life you desire, and in doing so, the universe responds by bringing that life into existence. These real-life examples serve as powerful reminders that the law of assumption is not just a concept. It's a tool that has been used by some of the most successful and influential people in the world to create extraordinary outcomes. Whether you're an actor, entrepreneur, athlete, or anyone with a dream, you can apply the same principles and act as if your desires are already yours. The transformation begins with the belief that your dreams are already a reality. Before we wrap up, let's quickly summarize the key points from today's video. We've explored the powerful teachings of Neville Goddard and how acting as if your desires are already yours can transform your reality. First, we discussed how creation is already finished. Everything you desire already exists, and your imagination and feelings are the key to shaping that reality. Then we dove into the power of assumption, explaining how believing in the reality of your desires aligns your thoughts and actions with them. We explored the practice of living in the end, where you imagine and feel your desires as present realities, influencing your actions and experiences. Finally, we covered practical steps to implement these teachings, including visualization, affirmations, and gratitude, and how to overcome challenges like skepticism and impatience. Through real-life examples from people like Jim Carrey, Oprah Winfrey, Sarah Blakely, and Michael Jordan, we've seen how acting as if your desires are already fulfilled can lead to extraordinary success. They each embodied the belief that their desires were already theirs, and this powerful mindset shaped their lives in ways they couldn't have imagined. Now it's your turn. Apply these teachings to your own life. Start by assuming your desires are already a reality, living in the end result, and consistently practicing visualization and affirmations. Trust in the process, stay patient, and believe that the universe is already aligning the perfect circumstances for you. The more you live as if, the more you'll see your dreams come to life. If you found value in this video, be sure to give it a like and share it with others who could benefit from these powerful teachings. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more videos on how to unlock your full potential. Thanks for watching, and remember, your dreams are already yours.